phone, some long.
Ready?
I get that all done. That's a
All
sign.
right, all rise. Ma'am, lead us in prayer.
Sure. Lord, we would reverently invoke thy blessings at this time. But thou be pleased to grant that this meeting thus begun in order, be conducted in peace and closed in harmony. Be with our first responders, our men and women in blue, and our soldiers around the world, making it possible for us to be here and do what we do. All this we ask in your Son's holy name, amen.
Amen.
Okay, all pledge allegiance and Houston, Texas.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, guys. Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
I can do that. Quentin Kielbasa,
Present.
George Jones,
Keith.
Bill Raines,
Present.
Michael Trainer,
Present.
and yours truly, Jim Burnett. We have a quorum and all of the members are present.
Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary. We have no public comment. Let's move on into, we're gonna skip on down here to item number 8. We'll come back on the financials and stuff in the agendas. Review of old business and discussion, possible action on our surplus equipment.
George, got anything on it, or we just wait until the end of the year?
I don't have anything there. Number 8 is the GCP services, so I'm not sure where you are. You about 9B?
Hey,
Hey.
You're looking at probably on July 11th.
Is this Thursday, June 13th? Oh, June, shoot. Okay.
8.
They
That's
gave me
the,
the wrong packet,
that's the
okay.
pack you left, that's the pack you left here last month. And
give me
you,
the blue package.
he's got it
It's right
there.
there, it's under your green folder.
There we go.
That's what I was,
Too many packets.
me too, that's what I was looking at, I got $1,000,000.
Oh, what in the world are you talking about? I don't see that.
Burnett must have got his finger.
Gee, no, I don't have anything new on surplus equipment, really, at this point. The only thing is getting rid of that antique fire truck. I don't know, did he ever pick that up?
No.
He worked for Lone Star.
Oh, did in the past tense.
I did have one of our members said that he may be interested in doing it as a project and then giving it back restored.
What unit number is that?
That's that old
Wood tower.
1938, 1940 Chrysler antique fire truck that's out behind Station 1.
It's older than you.
We need that space, and nobody's ever wanted to rebuild it. So I think it's time to let it go. You know, after all these years, nobody, wants to rebuild it, nobody wants it. We tried going to the Historical Society to see if they wanted to put it, and they don't want it, so. And they need the space now for storage, and they're wanting to turn that area into a training area. So we gotta do something with it. But everything else is gone. The Winnebago is gone. The skid unit is gone.
So we're just looking at rescue and the Deep South truck down the road.
Now, did we talk about the Deep South truck in here? Did the board authorize the sale of that equipment yet? Okay.
We need to get it fixed. It's got the turbo issue, but we're over budget on maintenance because of the major repairs.
Didn't we say last time just go ahead and go with it?
Yes.
Go ahead and get it fixed?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We did?
I thought so.
Yep, yep.
Okay, well, we got other repairs you might want to consider.
AC.
Yeah, I know you had that on here.
Well, it went out. It was on its last leg and it went out.
What was this?
The AC and engine 31. Engine 31 is out. Tanker has a, how electrical it is, ABS electrical problem. They're all the way down to replacing the entire wiring harness now. They've replaced every sensor. They've replaced the little computer module.
On the Kenworth.
And now they're and it's intermittent, and they just can't nail it down, so they're gonna replace the whole wiring harness. So we're in 5,500 or so right now for that truck. truck's 19 months old.
Really?
Probably a week out of warranty when it happened.
And, you know, it's one of those things that I'm not willing to put a tender back in service with a brake light.
No, that's definitely right. You don't wanna do that.
So, and then, engine 34 is still in the shop. I think it's ready to come out, and I think that it might not have been the ECM on the last report, so we might be less than we thought.
Was that all we had on surplus?
Yep.
The Deep South?
Well, the-
Right then?
No, man, it's really nothing.
The other issue is whether we wanna get rid of the little, rescue truck or not. If we wanna get rid of that, then we need to vote to sell it.
That's the 86?
Yeah, so that's,
No, that's the yellow quick attack that sits normally in that first bay.
Okay.
the only purpose it serves right now is to bring some manpower to the scene. It can function in a reserve capacity for us short term, you know, it won't get us any ISO points other than a utility truck.
Does it cost them anything to operate?
It is not, other than the maintenance on it.
The maintenance
I mean,
and insurance.
But I mean, it literally rolls once every 2 months. You know, we could just as easily put some people, guys in
It's
the
less
truck.
significant than it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be a regular apparatus, but now it's just similar. So, I think that when we talked, we just kind of all agreed to table any sales until October. But I'll do whatever.
Yeah. That's something for
Why
discussion.
don't we table the sale of the mini rescue, but go ahead and put that Deep South truck in the shop. And I know it may run us another 5, but
Estimates.
we're okay.
Bobby researched other vehicles for sale, similar, 150,000.
For
The Deep South. truck.
Deep South truck?
So,
I don't know, Brush One or something, I don't know.
Rescue 31. The yellow, the Rescue,
No, the
Deep
Deep South.
South.
Tanker 34.
Okay.
Let's get it fixed.
Okay.
And then we'll table on the rescue.
What was it, the turbocharger on there was out?
Turbo, well, the turbo's good, but it keeps blowing the hose, it's overpressuring for some reason, they gotta put it on a computer to figure it out, so it's gonna have to go in Freightliner.
It's a Freightliner problem.
What engine is that?
It's that big Deep South truck.
But it's,
I think it's a-
no, I mean,
It was,
motor.
oh, motor. I have
Probably an
no-
L9.
Okay. All right, we have anything else on our surplus equipment?
Well, while we're there, before I can move in, you guys wanna approve the AC on engine 31 whenever I can get to it? We're not gonna take that truck out of service until we got another one to replace it.
Yeah,
Or you wanna wait and look at the financials?
I've already looked at them, been pretty close. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
You just gotta understand, we're gonna go over budget in that service and maintenance category, but I'd rather go a little over budget than, you know, not have these trucks available, so.
Be safe.
All right, that we're getting to the last part of the year too. Got all this,
Yeah.
no AC. Well, you need AC on those trucks if they're gonna get out there.
So, yeah, let's go with the AC repair on engine 1. Go ahead with getting the turbo fixed on the Deep South truck, and there you go.
Okay.
And we'll wait on selling anything.
Sample.
All right. Let's move on to new business here for the 2020-2021 budget. And I know we've got a little discussion on that, just a review. Would you like to?
Yeah, I kind of tell you where we are. I know that Chris and them have been working on the operating expense side, so I'm gonna let him take the operating expense, the bottom part of the budget. I'm gonna work on the top half on the revenue side with Dupnick. And then, because I wanna rearrange how some of those GLs read. And then, at the end of this month, we should be getting a letter from the appraisal district that shows the prop values. And once we have that, then we can take and calculate.
Right.
It may be a little late coming in this time because of all the law changes from Austin on how the taxes and everything's gonna play and work. All the old formulas are basically out the window and there's new formulas to take their place. I'm sure it's gonna take the computer gurus and the appraisal world to get all that working right.
Yep.
So we're gonna probably build off of the old traditional numbers, the old traditional way of calculating. And then we may have to come in and change the top line or the bottom line on the revenue side. But I'm gonna let him do the operating expenses this time around. I'll take the top side. Once we get a marriage in numbers and we get something that we feel is realistic, then we'll have to have a budget meeting, special meeting, just to, pardon me, go over budget. Figure on that one probably being sometime in August. And let me see, when is our next meeting in August?
The
8th.
8th.
That may be a little soon. We can try, but that may be a little soon. And then I'm gonna be out for a week at West Point. And so it may be more towards the end of August. But I think we can still meet our August 31 deadline.
So,
A lot of it's gonna depend on what rate you choose, and the time frame's gonna be based upon the rate that's
So we
chosen.
may be looking at a special session or something like that?
Yeah, most likely. Go through budget, yes.
without going into too much detail, I've been through my operating budget, I don't see much of an increase there, honestly. Unless we decide to staff the station. And that's where the increase is gonna come from, and that's what I'm hoping to do at least one person. If you look at the reports, you know, this station is made what?
Yeah, I was noticing this
20
station had
20-something
the most
calls.
number of
Yeah.
calls.
Station one, it's a little deceiving because you got station one, city limits, station one, outside city limits, which is about the call volume of all of station two's territory. But
Okay.
station four is not staffed, so they get all of station four's calls too. Station one is still our busiest station, but this one is still
It's
busy,
coming up.
high value, 12-minute ETA to Kicaster. So, you know, we cut our ETA, we cut our times in half, plus we could, with one person, we'd guarantee a driver here, and our volunteers could fill in and be that extra person. So I don't foresee us being able to do too much. I just don't. I'd love to do it. But unless
Yeah,
you guys are
not at
willing
this
to
point.
not put money in reserve and do some other crazy stuff, I think we're gonna be stretched. It's gonna be a push to do one full-time. But I think I can. Well, I know I can work with the budget. You know.
Well, let me get this top line built, the revenue section built, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
We just gotta get data in. We're kind of in limbo until we get that prop value, final prop values in.
Right.
I'll help you as much as possible.
If y'all can just think in your mind, how important is it to start this in the meantime, you know, thinking of your pros and cons of it. In my opinion, it's a necessity.
EMS still coming in October?
EMS will be here in October. They may be here sooner. With the call volume has really increased.
Look at the calls.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Stinging score.
That's a lot of calls, wow.
People call now for minor stuff. It's just,
They made 34 calls in 48 hours.
they made 34 calls in 48 hours. Oh, I know, some
So
of them.
not all the calls that we run end up on 911, on active 911. You know, most of them do, but not all of them. Because, you know, they'll get toned out and we'll just automatically respond with them based on the nature. Because the guys at the station don't hear the tones. And it just depends on We got one or two dispatchers that are just absolutely lazy and don't do anything, and it won't end up on here. And some of them will, even if we don't get tones, they'll say, oh, you know, we're responding to help medic 6, and they'll go ahead and enter it as a call and pop up.
Yeah, I mean, that thing's been busy.
Definitely has.
So we'll, kind of table that budget right there till we, like George said, till we get enough info from the
But
county.
it's coming fast, and
on our
when,
tax, yeah.
when we get that,
I
you
thought
know,
she said
we've
somewhere
gotta be
around the
ready to roll.
19th, but I won't
So we
swear.
can build off of that. Fair enough to me? Everybody okay with that? All right. Why don't you go ahead and talk about the stipend program right there, and just go ahead and follow in with your, police, I mean, not police, I'm sorry.
So
Fire
I
chief report. and-
I apologize, I left my packet, but I emailed George a copy to preview it.
Yeah.
The basic changes I'd like to make to the stipend program is when we started it, there was no accommodation for anybody that wasn't certified. You guys made it pretty clear, we want people that are certified, people that are gonna do some work. We didn't want, the Corey's type people just showing up and doing nothing and getting a little bit of stipend money. We kind of changed, you know, our intake process, which I've got a copy of our new intake process if anybody wants to review it. When they come in, they've got a checklist, they go through a full set of skills. So when they're done with this in 90 days or 180 days, as long as they can take, they know how to pull hose, they know how to put on SCBAs, they know how to change bottles, they know how to hook up to a hydrant, they know everything we need them to know to be effective outside the fire, to do work outside the fire. So I'd like to add those in, because that'll add about 4 or 5 people to our program that will use it. We pay $30 a shift now, they'd be half of that, they'd be 15. And we also want to add one step above it, which would go from 35 to, or 30 to 42, which will give some of the middle guys some incentive to get some of their other certifications, their EMT, their driver operator, wildland certifications. The impact on the budget this year will still be well under budget. Overall budget, it's going to cost us about 8% more right now, so that's about $6,000 a year.
And that's by adding how many, chief?
Well, it's gonna add 5 right now that can't participate that will. And that'll get us 48, probably 48 shifts a month from people that aren't participating now. And our department is kind of going from, 2 years ago, we catch a call and everybody come from home. Maybe a guy or two at the station, and that's it. Well, now, if you're not at the station, we've got people there, we've got the crews, we make the call, but we hardly get people from home because they're usually not needed unless it's structure fire. So we're trying to find a way to get the people involved at the station, because if they're not involved at the station, they go away. They just fade away because they're not being used, you know, they just kind of turn this thing off because it goes off in the middle of the night 2 or 3 times and they're not needed. So if you get them involved in coming to the station, and I think it'll help with this too, it'll give these new people coming in this book to work through, and then as soon as they're done with this, they'll actually be able to, they're gonna have to participate at the station to get this done. But afterwards, they'll be able to work and get in the mix quicker and hopefully retain people that way.
So what level of credentials are you?
So the base level, which would be $15, which is, you know, just enough to pay for gas money and
Right.
maybe a
A
hamburger.
Yeah,
There's no certification other than they've been through our training program, which is all the basic firefighting exterior skills they need. So they'll be able to
exterior, okay.
hook up to a hydrant. You know, we're not gonna send them in if they're not state certified.
Yeah.
They can hook up to a hydrant, they can help pull line, they can set up the fan, set up the saws, throw ladders, change bottles, all of the wildland wrecks, they can fix your
Once you
cable.
get the training facility and everything, you know, there at Station 1, you're gonna have a lot of participation too, because they're gonna wanna hang out there, you know, and they'll be
So, I mean,
right
you
there.
know, obviously you don't, FLSA, you can't do it by hour, but I mean, this is $2, we're giving them $2 an hour.
What's the additional cost again, you think?
In a full year, 6,000.
Okay.
We've been under budget every year on the stipend. We'll be under budget again this year on stipend. So this year it'll add maybe 1,500 in the last quarter here to our bottom line, which we should end up at about 70% of our budget.
177.22, I think it is, George.
So if we do this, we'll end up at 75% of budget. I just think I think the department's changing, and this is a way to keep up with it.
Sounds like a good incentive. Maybe we're helping maintain and track.
Before, and George knows it, and y'all know it, it's been around long, we just have guys that just show up, they're just, they want to wear the t-shirt. The department is not like that anymore.
They like to color
These
it.
young guys and girls that we have, they want to make a career of it. They're into it, they're taking every class they can get. They're kind of like Lauren was. When Lauren came in, took every class we give her, and she's San Antonio fireman. These kids are probably gonna end up somewhere. They're young enough and smart enough and doing a good job. I'd like to get them involved.
Will this hurt anything in regards to the volunteers responding from home, you think?
No,
Gonna close that?
no, because we really aren't getting that. The last 3 structure fires, if they weren't at the station, we weren't gonna get anybody. Other than Bobby, which we always get, he's gonna go no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But really from over there, Polly and Pappy and those type of folks, they don't come unless they're at the station.
That's GL 17722?
I think it's 22.
It says firefighters.
Okay.
$50,000.
That firefighters went away, the stipend went away on here for some reason. So
The
we are
firefighter
now,
one, yeah,
we are
22.
now 3/4 of the year through. And you want to do this on an ongoing basis, year over year?
Yes, sir.
We have a couple months left, but
Are you ready to start that this fall?
I'd like to start it in August if I can. The impact will be minimal on this year's budget.
Based on our current run rate, we'll still be under budget.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get
There's
75.
not a budget issue, let me say that.
That's the only reason I'm bringing it, is we'll change it for the better and we'll stay under budget.
Is this gonna do anything to the insurance? It's gonna raise the insurance in any form, shape, or fashion?
No, because we're already recording the hours that people are there.
Okay. So there's no other expense?
No good.
You're already burning the AC.
I think it's saving expense, I think.
Yeah, well, it'll probably, this will probably give us another man 24/7 ISO wise.
And that'll put us on at 4 per shift?
I think
Three or 4 per shift?
it should guarantee us 3 a shift over there.
Okay.
And there'll be nights we'll have our 4. And then if we do staff over here in October, we'll split the volunteers, 1 here, 1 there.
Well, it goes to support those old goals of trying to have wheels turning with a competent crew within 2 minutes. So, it supports, some of those goals, so.
And competent, everyone is competent now. But a 3-man engine company is your standard.
Right.
A 4-man is probably really your standard. 3-man, you're short, but you can still be functional. A 2-man crew, you're.
Well, so long as they're functional, to some degree,
Yeah, well,
contributing.
they've got to get through this book. This book has EMS skills, fire skills in it. This is the same skills they're gonna see when they go to school. It's just not a certification process at this point.
Right.
This is
Entry-level exposure, you gotta get through the bare bone basics. Okay.
So if you want to peruse.
And what's the dollar amounts changing from to? Well, really, the dollar amounts are staying the same, all we're doing is making more people,
You're adding a lower tier. to
yeah,
it.
you're adding a more applicable, another group to it. How do you want a motion worded,
Uh,
or word the motion for us?
Starting over.
yeah, August 1, approve changes to stipend program. Adding a,
New tier to the program?
first responder tier is what I'm calling it.
Okay,
First responder tier.
They're not certified firefighters yet, they're still capable first
That's
responders.
15.
15 shift.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make it. I'll make the motion.
You'll make the motion?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Stands. That takes care of our stipend. Why don't you follow up, Chris, on, give us the latest trends going on with the, anything else you want to talk about as far as training, staffing?
All right, so the reports.
I know you pretty much gave us pretty much all the scoop.
Yeah, operating was on par. We're volunteers holding steady -1, which was little Bobby, so I won't go into detail. Training, we've hit officer training big time. You'll see if you read it. 3 guys just completed Officer 1 certification. They're enrolled in Officer 2. Adam, Bobby, and Ethan all went to the 5-alarm leadership class. It was 2 days, put on by the Chiefs Association. Excellent company officer level stuff. You gotta realize, what we pay some of these guys that came from firefighter ranks. They didn't spend a lot of time using as drivers to even move up to officers, so they really need these skills. I think it'll pay us dividends. They took it really well, and I think they're gonna attend another leadership class in October. I really think this is a really good thing. The board's always said, we need to spend more money, but my focus has always been, let's get those basic certifications and let's just get the ball rolling. If we don't have anybody to lead, what's the point in having leadership? Now we're at that point where the leadership is kicking in. EMT class, 3 volunteers, still in EMT class, our recruit. The big news is we did reach out to Teeks on the way we're doing the training. And we just put it straight to them. We said, we got the volunteer fire department and we got the ESD. 2 separate entities, 503C, government entity. 503C is doing the training for the government entity. And the government entity is submitting for the grant reimbursement, which is gonna go right back to 503C. She said, we're totally fine with that. I've got it in an email, as long as your classes are open to the public, which we've talked about. The first run, we didn't open it because we wanna make sure we didn't have any, want to make sure we can do the class, we didn't have any hiccups, we have our process down. But the next classes will be available to anyone else who wants to attend.
This is the EMT classes?
That's the fire certification class.
Okay, fire service.
So we were concerned with the way we were doing it and being grant money and things, so we've got the okay now that forestry service is completely okay with the way we're running. Equipment we've been over. Station 1 stove's gonna need to be replaced. I didn't know if y'all wanted me to do that through the VFD board, or y'all wanted me to do it out of maintenance. A couple of burners are out. Guys are painting the doors. After they're finished with the doors at the station, they're gonna paint staircase.
They paint the men's room?
We painted the women's room.
That's a good start.
Painted the women's room, but we haven't gotten to the men's room yet. We painted all the hydrants.
We should be paintbrush rich right now.
Wet brush.
We sent McFly a certified letter about getting rid of this stuff. We talked to the sheriff. We're already within our rights to get rid of this stuff that he's left here, so it's already considered abandoned property, but we went ahead and did the courteous thing and sent him a letter of
It's all back here somewhere.
30 days, yeah.
Former member that left a bunch of the stuff here.
I haven't got the delivery notice back yet.
Yeah, so we sent it to him certified, he has till August 9th, which was 31 days. And if he doesn't do it, then we'll just chunk it. Again, hydrants are all completed. Kathy and I's computer are backing up through Backblaze now, costs us $60 a year. I tried Carbonite, they wouldn't return a phone call.
Yeah, that was bad.
District 12 and District 1 chiefs are working on an interlocal agreement, which would allow us to be directly dispatched. So basically, right now, when we have a structure fire, St. Hedwig is auto-aiding, and we're auto-aiding for them. There's about a 5-minute delay, because we don't actually get toned out at the stations. So if we get a fire, we get on the radio and we say, dispatch, call Bear County, and dispatch St. Hedwig. Well, there's a 5 to 7 minute delay in there. By the time they get done doing what they find the number, call over there, and they dispatch, and vice versa, by the time Bear County calls us. So we got the okay from Bear County Fire Alarm. We're working with our dispatch, where we'll just put radios in each other's stations, and Bear County can just tone us out direct and say, you know, District 1, I need you to make this location with Bear County, need you to bring this and this and this, and then we'll say 10-4, and we'll call our dispatch, hey, we're en route to Bear County to assist, and vice versa. So I think it's a really good thing. So there's no cost other than.
We can get service to the people faster for no cost.
Better service.
It's a no-brainer.
71 calls for the month. 2 fires. And that's pretty much it.
We're on track for what kind of call volume?
About 850.
850. 2 years ago, we were at 200.
850. That includes EMS?
That includes EMS.
Yeah, so that's first responder.
Right. But still, I mean, that's the,
Well, you have 30-something in 48 hours, I mean, that adds up.
we've gone up 350% in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be able to, when I pulled a report, I could see all the runs for the last 30 days on one page, and there's 3 pages now.
That population growth.
Well, a lot of it has to do with
EMS.
making EMS runs.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's probably 80% of the calls right there. And then, yeah, population growth, all these subdivisions coming, coming over here today, I was number 8 in line at Chihuahua and 775.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had to wait for the red light, and traffic was all the way backed up on 87 through the red light. And I'm like,
Right again.
this is reminding me of Houston nowadays.
Well, they're doing construction in front of the station.
They have a pilot.
Yeah.
That's why it's still.
You mentioned sales tax, Carl. Our ESD tax. I renewed my homeowner's fire
Mm-hmm.
this month, just the week before last. And I reminded the lady at Allstate that our
ISO
had
rating
dropped, should have dropped. She said, I'll get back with you. She first said a 1. She came back and said it dropped from a 10 to a 4. And I said, how's that gonna affect my
Premium.
premium? And she said, well, instead of 1186, it's gonna be 993, $191 less. Then I went back to my income tax and saw that my ESD tax was $169. So it not only paid for my ESD tax, I made $22. So, I told
There you
Marla,
go.
that's 3 bags of worms,
Well, you ought to be thankful you don't have State Farm. I had my State Farm policy, and I had a warning letter, and all I had is reduction in benefit, reduction in benefit.
Oh, yeah.
And mine went up $40.
10%, yeah, 10%. It's automatic, 10%.
But
No, I'm getting less, they're covering less of my phone for more money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They're going backwards.
less coverage. But if you were to say that's the norm, okay, in the district, I know some houses are probably less and some houses are probably more, but you could call that the average. That's an $800 $178,000 savings to the community
Yeah. To the
overall.
district.
That's based on about 4,600 homes.
Yeah.
And that's why ISO was fighting us so much. That's $1 million almost a year that their insurance companies are losing.
So really, the net cost to the taxpayers is zero, at least the homeowner. Well, the property owners are the only ones paying tax to begin with, other than, the commercial side. So, what we bring in revenue is washed by what we save the public and these insurance premiums.
Well, I was thinking
So the
about-
overall net cost to the to the citizens is zero.
Well, I was thinking about these folks that have multiple, these landlords that have 15, 20, 40 units up there.
Mhm.
What it's doing to them. They thought, oh my God, this, the first thought was, this tax is gonna cost me, I'll have to go up on the rent. Same thing's gonna apply to them. It's gonna pay for what,
Basically, the ESD's paying for itself.
so.
And now people have better service. So you got better service for no out-of-pocket cost.
Right. Right. It's good to win-win. Thank you.
Local control and not Washington control.
Good. Don't get Mike started. He started. Before we go to one of our meetings.
All right,
Be
excellent.
surprised.
Anything else on that, Chris, on your report and stuff? Okay. All right, this time, I think we'll just take our little lunch break here before we move into the
Yeah.
next
All we got left is the mail and
financial.
approval of the financials. So let's take a break.
Tom left Seguin, he's still coming, so.
Okay.
Tom's coming?
Okay.